You know, I have a lot of people who ask me, okay, you talk a lot about the cruelty to animals on farms and that sort of thing, and they may have aunts and uncles or friends who have farms where they have chickens running around, they look healthy, I mean, they appear to be happy, and they say, what could be so wrong about taking an egg from these chickens? Because isn't the egg from the chicken just a waste, they leave it behind and they go on? Or?
Well, there are so many reasons why that is not an okay thing. Mm-hmm. First of all, Auntie M and Uncle whoever who have the happy little flock running around, they got them at hatcheries where the roosters are automatically slaughtered. If a few roosters make it through the sexing process, then as soon as they're about 4 to 6 months old and the farmer...
So there's a part you don't see before they're even...
That's right, before they even get to the farm. For every one that's at the farm, there's another dead one that was killed at the sanctuary, at the hatchery, because they were sexed as a rooster. And then for the ones that make it through the sexing process that aren't killed at the hatchery, they are promptly killed as soon as it's realized that they're roosters. Yeah. And then those same hens, as soon as they're spent, they're slaughtered too. But in the meantime, any eggs that they lay, whether they're spent or not, if they're happy or not, these girls lay these eggs today. Now you see most of them are debeaked and they've been mutilated. That's very painful. They'll often break open their own eggs and eat them, but if they're not able to, we just help them out.
Wow, they really go after those eggs. I mean, these are eggs that normally they would just be taken away from them. Thought to be a humane thing to do because the thought is that these eggs they just don't care about.
They don't want them. That they're just something that just happens anyway.
But they're going after these, and they're nutritious to them, and it's something that is very good for them.
Yeah, it's belongs to them. It's part of their body, and because they've been bred to lay so many eggs, it depletes their bodies of all kinds of nutrients. So it's so much better, even though we of course feed them a very good, full, nutritious diet. Their own egg yolk that they would be consuming themselves. So they're their eggs. They're not mine to do anything with. And the only reason I'm even here to break them open for them is because some of them they're so mutilated that they're not able to get into them themselves. Sure. And they often are able to do that throughout the day, but then sometimes they're not.
Okay. Now, these birds, they don't look like they're in pretty good condition. They got feathers removed and that sort of thing. Can you tell me how that happened?
Well, they are molting, and they would normally, if they were strong, young, healthy birds, molting is a natural process. They would molt out the old feathers when the seasons change. Because these girls, they have been through. I couldn't even begin to describe to you what they've been through. And these were these so-called cage-free, free-range, organic egg producers.
And I'll put up a link on vegan.fm on the episode notes where you can see a video of where these you'll see the original conditions of these free-range chickens.
You when they first got here, that they're the same. You wouldn't even know that they're the same birds. And I'll tell you something else too. People often say, "Well, what brand was that? What farm did that come from?"
Being attacked.
Stop. Coming, Blur.
Okay. We'll take care of that. You okay, honey?
Yeah, I'm fine. Still recording.
Okay. Maybe we can just leave that in. Some of them are territorial.
Yeah.
You know.
Sorry.
People always want to know what brand it was, what facility it was. We're not going to divulge that because the fact that the reason that they want to know that is because they want to think that it's an isolated incident. They want to think that the company that they buy from, the farm that they buy from, fill in the blank where they buy from, that it doesn't happen that way. But this is basic biology. It doesn't. You can't change the fact that roosters don't lay eggs, so roosters are killed, period. And that these little girls are not meant to lay the eggs that they would be laying at the rate that they're laying. And they're considered spent, no matter where. So we're not going, it doesn't matter what brand it was. Suffice it to say, they have come from several different facilities and producers, and the condition is always the same, and the bottom line is always the same. Their brothers have been murdered. They were going to be murdered as well.
Absolutely. You know, I think there's some great information here that I hope that some of my non-vegan viewers will start to think, like, hey, maybe I should start to go vegan. Now, I should also mention, there is a lot of land here. I don't know if we got that in most of the shots here, but, I mean, got a lot of space for these animals to roam around. Now, and recently, you were able to acquire even more property. This is part of it here, isn't it? Or is that past the fence?
This is part of the original sanctuary, and what we just acquired is just on the other side of the fence there. But it's all the same to them.
And before that, if you didn't get that property, that was going to go to a sheep farmer, is that right?
He was next in line for to get it, yeah.
So with the help of some donations, you got
Sven does not look happy.
money to get that.
Yeah, we kept this agricultural land away from other animal exploiters.
Yeah, it's zoned agricultural out here. So if anyone's going to buy 35 acres, they have to put it into some sort of agricultural production. And this land here is kind of dry cropland and rangeland. It's not irrigated. So animal agriculture is what is generally done. That's why we're pretty much surrounded by like family farmer types. So, and everybody that has owned that property previously was using it for animal exploitation, goat dairy, bird slaughter. They did turkeys and they even had emus, and there's a slaughterhouse right in Deer Trail that will process them for them. And so yes, the guy who we were in kind of a battle with at the end and getting that property was a sheep rancher, and he was going to set up a lambing operation here, and he was going to have 300 head of sheep on this property. So we've kept it out. And what it was he was expanding his operation in Strasburg, so at least he was not able to expand it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we talked a lot about the animals on the sanctuary, and I want to talk a lot about this house right over here. And you mentioned to me, you showed me some of the basement and things like that. I got some shots of that. Vegan advocacy, a lot of vegan advocacy and vegan education going on. Can you tell me what you're doing at that house right now?
It goes hand in hand. What we're doing, the individual hands-on animal care is as important as the vegan advocacy. So yeah, that house has been converted into, for the first time in its existence, is now a vegan education advocacy center. We teach people, first of all, why they need to be vegan by introducing them to the animals, telling them the animal story. But then we also have some real good practical information for them. Grocery shopping tips, what they can, how it is not a difficult thing to become a vegan. And we do the activism here, we've got literature here, we've got videos here, we've got the mock grocery store. We also do leafleting in Denver and Boulder. Like I said, we had a billboard campaign a couple of years ago. We've placed ads in newspapers. So it's real important to do advocacy, and there are all different kinds of ways to do it, but as long as it's vegan advocacy, just in no way implying that it is acceptable or appropriate to be enslaving animals for any kind of cage-free, free-range, or anything that makes the consumer feel good, but is still, of course, completely exploiting and enslaving and eventually murdering the animals that are involved in that. So when all of our advocacy, whether it's leafleting, whether it's advertising, whether it's on-site, teaching people how to just grocery shop, it's straightforward vegan advocacy, and that's really the only kind that there should be.
And that's all the news for today. If you'd like to subscribe to us, you can subscribe via iTunes or RSS, or you can just watch the show at vegan.fm. Ooh, that's a big tongue. Vegan.fm/news. You can watch it live. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/vegan news. I can't tell you all the places that we are. And also, Peaceful Prairie Sanctuary has a lot of stuff, a lot of resources, pamphlets, and you can make a donation on the website. There's also a cause on Facebook where you can make donations to the Peaceful Prairie Sanctuary, and that website is peacefulprairie.org. And we'll have the links and resources available in this episode's notes. Thanks for watching.